Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Guys on Sports, and we're here. It's the middle of free agent frenzy, and we're right in the heat of it. This is day 2. We're recording on the end of day 2, so we wanted to just run through some of the bigger names that have found new homes and or been traded or whatever the case may be, and we're gonna give it a smash or pass. So this is a smash or pass free agency frenzy episode. We're going to default to Mark smashing or passing first, then Rocky. And then if we want to talk about these guys and how we think they fit with the team, specifically for fantasy purposes, let's do that. And we're going to start off the top, the one that really got things rolling, Geno Smith. Smash or pass?
Smash, man. I love him in Vegas. I love the fact that he's got Jacoby Myers. He's got Brock Bowers, possibly bringing in Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah,
I love
Trey Tucker.
From a fantasy standpoint, this team's going to be playing from behind all year long, and Geno can get it done playing from behind. He's going to have a lot of yardage.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Pass or smash?
I'm going to smash it.
Okay.
I think it's a great pickup. I think that there's a book on Geno. He's performed well. Like, at best, he's a very, very competent quarterback. Or at least, at worst, I guess. At best, he's a game changer.
Yeah.
I think we're burying the lead here. Tom Brady has had a heavy hand in everything that the Raiders are doing this offseason. If Geno Smith is good enough for Tom Brady, doggone it, he's good enough for me. I think, and all joking aside, if Brady brought him in and co-signed it, I think they have an idea what they want to do on offense, and they think he fits it. So I think that means whoever's on that offense, namely your Brock Bowers and whatever other guy they want to focus on, I think they'll be productive. I think this is great for the Raiders. All right, to another quarterback, coinciding with that move, Sam Darnold. Smash or pass?
I am passing on Sam Darnold. I don't think that there's been anybody in more recent times to capitalize on such one amazing body of work for a large contract greater than Sam Darnold. I think going to Seattle, is he set up for success there? JSN looks every bit the part of an absolute star, but they just released Tyler Lockett and just traded DK Metcalf. I think it's going to be a rough go for Sam Darnold in Seattle. I'm passing.
I'm going to smash on Darnold, mostly because of where I think you can pick him up in drafts. I think there's going to be a lot of skeptics, so I think he'll be a quarterback that you could probably wait a little bit and pick him up. Listen, he had a great year last year. He just looked bad in the last couple games. I know they were the important ones. I love JSN. There's rumors that Lockett prefers to stay there and sign on a much cheaper deal. And I do think they're going to be somebody who either picks up another receiver like an Emeka Egbuka or some other great receiver. I think they're going to be fine. And I think he's going to probably have stats similar to what he had this past year.
I think Sam Darnold, it's fair to criticize, but I also think he played for the Jets and didn't really have a real puncher's chance there. I think last season you got to see some of the best of Sam Darnold. I think the games where he struggled were all 3 games were against teams that coached the same defensive principles. We talked about that during the season. They had a way to stop that offense. All that aside, I think this does still mean that JSN's value is where it is and probably rising. I do think Sam Darnold can have a good season. So it's a hesitant smash, not as confident as my Geno smash. All right, so the next one, the old friend of yours, Justin Fields, going to the Jets. Smash or pass?
Smash, for one simple reason. You're following the travesty that was the Aaron Rodgers experience. I'm also smashing now Garrett Wilson because you're bringing Captain lockdown first read as your quarterback. Garrett Wilson's about to have 250 targets. He's about to show out. He's probably going to break the single season reception record, possibly yardage and also touchdowns with Justin Fields now with Davante Adams out of town. I absolutely love Justin Fields going to the Jets. I hope, honestly, he can revive his career because I got a soft spot in the heart for Justin.
What about you, Rock?
Yeah, no, absolute smash. If you talk to every single coach on the Chicago Bears, even the coach you hated, Eberflus, Evermore. They worked real hard to trade him to a team that wanted him and a team that he could excel at, because the news out of Chicago is he did everything they asked him to do. Studied game film. He worked the reps, did everything he could. I think he was 4-2 as a Steeler. I like where he's dropping here. Him and Garrett Wilson have a instant camaraderie because of Ohio State. He knows the routes this guy runs. I don't hate Alan Lazard as a second receiver. And what I love the most is the play, Breece Hall and him playing off each other as almost dual threat runners. I think both are going to be, better off for it. So it's a smash.
I'm interested to see what happens with what's his face again?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, yeah. I mean, it's the Jets, right? So, like, I can see the positive in Justin Fields. I can see the negative. I think he's going to get to run the ball a whole lot. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pass on him in fantasy. And he is going to lock on his guy there. So, yeah, I mean, I guess good things. I don't know. I'm lukewarm on it, I guess, as you could tell. I want it to work because I think it'd be exciting to see Justin Fields play well for the Jets. I don't want to get excited about the Jets offense anymore, given the last couple seasons. All right, so moving on to a former Jet, now a Ram. Davante Adams has found a new home. Cooper Kupp is set to be released. Davante Adams, Stafford, Puka Nacua. Smash or pass?
Pass. Davante Adams clearly goes from, an alpha wide receiver one his whole entire career to this is Puka Nacua's team. Mm-hmm. This is the reason why they're letting Cooper Kupp go. It is the Puka show. Davante Adams is, he's going to be a very dynamic wide receiver too, but gone are the days of wide receiver one production for Davante Adams. This is a pass.
Yeah, I would say I would pass also. I feel like Stafford's 1 year older, so is Davante.
Well, that's actual fact, but yes.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think for wide receivers, there's a really quick decline, and I'm not so unsure that Davante, that we're not seeing that decline happen. So I like him. He's a decent receiver in New York, but I think this is the Puka show.
I think I smashed this. I think you guys are stupid. I think we've already seen the Rams, McVay and Stafford, have two wide receivers be top 12 wide receivers in the same season. Not this past one, but the one before with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. I don't see why it doesn't happen again. Davante Adams wasn't hurt last year. The offense in general for the Jets looked bad, and before that he was playing with Aiden O'Connell. So I don't know why Davante Adams wouldn't be productive in this offense. I mean, it's Sean freaking McVay we're talking about. But I digress. We'll move on to another wide receiver who left the Pacific Northwest and looked for sunnier days in Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf. Do we smash or pass?
Dude, I am smashing. There is a new WWE tag team champion in the NFL.
The Dudley
and that
Boys.
is DK Metcalf and George Pickens. This is going to be some must-see football. This is going to be some downfield battling. This is going to be some ejections. This is going to be crazy, crazy fun to watch. And, the fact that DK went out there now has Ben Roethlisberger pandering to Mike Tomlin, telling him that he's still got some gas in the tank and was thinking about coming back.
Oh, wow. Smash or pass?
I'm going to smash, but I'm tentative on this because we don't know who the quarterback is going to be in Pittsburgh. I think if it's Aaron Rodgers, which that rumor is heating up, I think this is a perfect situation for him. He's got 2 6'5" wide receivers. Throw it up, which he does. He throws a great deep ball. Still was zip on the ball last year with Rodgers. But if it's Russell Wilson, I don't know how I feel. I really want to see who ends up in Pittsburgh, but I'm going to smash. I think DK is a real deal.
Yeah, I think if it's Russell, I'm still pretty optimistic. DK wanted to get out of Seattle because when Russell left, I mean, his production went down. They had chemistry. DK probably had the best years of his career with Wilson. I think we can say that definitively. I think it's a good marriage, and I think it opens up things for George Pickens so long as, they're not getting 15-yard penalties called on them, which they probably will.
Yeah, they will.
But I think it's interesting, even if Wilson is there. It's a great dynamic. It's a smash for NFL fans. It's a smash for Steelers fans, at least as far as interest goes, and that offense should be better and at least entertaining. I think it's a smash all around. I like it. All right, so on to another Steeler that has moved on, and I guess these are less inspiring moves here at the end, but I do think I think that they could pay dividends if you're paying attention to them in fantasy. Najee Harris goes to the Chargers, prime running offense, smash or pass.
1,000% smash here. I think basically what Harbaugh said was, I'm not going to invest any kind of draft stock in a running back. I'm going to go out and get the absolute best fit I can find for this Charger team via free agency. This running back ad of Najee Harris going to the Chargers, a dynamic pass-catching back out of the backfield who split time last year and still ran for, I believe, 1,200 yards in that Pittsburgh offense on top of 60 receptions, now going to be the lone back with the Chargers. Look out, man, because Harbaugh basically said, this is the guy that I want. This is the guy that's coming to town. I'm letting go of Gus Edwards. I'm letting go of J.K. Dobbins. This, I'm telling you right now, you are going to get Najee Harris in the 7th, 8th, 9th rounds potentially of your fantasy drafts, and there is good possibility that he puts up RB1 numbers and finishes top 10 running backs. Mark my words.
Yeah. I think I would 100% smash on Najee Harris. He had 1,100 yards, not 12, but hey, good try, Mark. I will say, though, that he does catch out of the backfield really well, and what I'm intrigued by is he still had a 4-yard average behind a suspect Steelers line. I think he's going to do well. I think the one thing that Harbaugh does really well is Harbaugh. Yeah, I can't call him with the H.
Okay.
Yeah, Harbaugh.
Go Big Blue.
One thing that he does is he sets up the run well, knows how to run, the ball, and so I think it's going to be a match.
Yeah, I can't say anything that you guys haven't already said. I think it's a marriage made in heaven. He wants to run the ball. If he went out and gave him money, he's going to give him the ball. So you could count on the very least Najee Harris having a ton of opportunity, and that bodes well for your starting running back. Okay, Javonte Williams moves on to the what do you call that? The Lone Star State?
Yeah.
The Lone Star State. Javonte Williams is a Cowboy. Smash or pass?
I'm going to pass. I like what they did here. They can't go wrong bringing him in to try to give him a trial. I think if you get the Javonte Williams that we were promised his rookie season, then it's an obvious pass for Dallas. But an obvious smash. My bad. But Rico Dowdle looked fantastic last year at times. I really like Rico Dowdle. I think at the very least, Javonte, or at the very best, Javonte is in a timeshare here. And at the very least, it's Rico Dowdle's team, and Javante's just spelling them. I like that Dallas took the flyer. If Dowdle goes down in the preseason and they don't add somebody like Genty or Judkins, which I still think Jerry Jones is capable of doing, then I think this is an easy pass.
Yep. I am going to pass on this. Are we 2 years removed from Javante's injury?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do think that there is some promise potential. Like, he did come out as a rookie and looked really good. My fear is even at the end of last year, he was still running at about a 3.4 to 3.7 yard per average pace. Yeah. That scares me. I do like the fit in Dallas better, so I agree with you there. And I do think he'll catch some passes, and he's got to be better than Zeke at that age. So.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think what's crazy too is I'm going to look it up, but I think he just turned 24 too. I think he's super young.
Yeah, he is young. He came out early. Yeah, what I would say is I'm just going to second what you guys said. I think that the hope for me is not there so much with him because I think they hurt each other a lot, Dowdle and Williams. This is one of those situations where it's going to be really important to look at where these guys go and their value. If you could get either one of these guys in a nice spot where it's not going to hurt you to put them on your bench and wait for somebody to emerge or an injury to happen, then yeah, I think they're primed, either one of them. If I were picking one of the two, I'd still probably side with Rico Dowdle as a guy I would take first, and that worries me because maybe he's going to be going too high for me to take him with Javonte Williams in the fold now. So I think all around it's a pass, and it sucks because you basically killed two birds with one stone here for viable starting running backs, and that's just unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So a couple fun ones we're going to throw in at the end, which I think they're fun because they're making fun of our teams. But I do think there is actually some fantasy relevance here. We'll go with the first one. Daniel Jones signed on with the Colts for a 1-year deal to compete with Anthony Richardson. Do you smash or pass?
I smash. Like we said, Anthony Richardson's days, if they aren't already over, they're very much numbered. He's on a very short leash after he pulled that whole I'm tired, I don't feel like playing at the end of the game bullshit, paired with him not playing well to begin with. Danny Jones is a proven veteran, right? I mean, he played in New York, right? The offensive line wasn't the greatest. He didn't have the greatest weapons. Now he goes to Indianapolis, who arguably always has a very good front line, a front five. He's got Jonathan Taylor, who is a unbelievable running back, and he's got weapons at wide receiver. Danny Jones could end up having a sneaky big year if he beats out AR for the starting gig.
Yeah, I would smash Daniel Jones. I don't think you're going to have to waste a real high draft pick on picking him up. I think he's somebody who's going to be around, and there's upside because he could actually beat out AR. My thought is that they brought him in to show AR how to be a professional, and I think Daniel Jones is a consummate professional. He watches film, he puts in the reps, and he's kind of similar. Maybe the vanilla version of AR. They both are running quarterbacks, strong arms. So I think it's a low risk. I'd smash.
Yeah, I'm going to smash too. All hate aside, I do. There is a redemption arc, possibly, because of the things you said. I do think that we'll get to see right now if it was coaching and the New York market that affected Daniel Jones, or it was Daniel Jones that affected Daniel Jones. So I think we'll see. New set of circumstances, new players, new coaching staff, not so much pressure. Maybe he's able to perform without a nose tackle bearing down on him, or maybe not. But I do think he probably will beat out Anthony Richardson once they see both of them live. I think Richardson is more of an athlete, but I think Jones is more of a quarterback. So, and there's a reason they signed him. All right, so the next one is a guy that's going to be very near and dear to Rocky's heart, although his hands are too small to give him any pleasure. Kenny Pickett is the backup or the starting quarterback for the Browns. Do you smash or pass?
I don't know what to do here. So I want to talk it out, and I want to decide at the end, right? Okay. So you bring in Kenny Pickett, right? The writing could be on the wall either way. Does this mean that you have a top pick? So are you going to get away from Deshaun Watson and get one of these top picks and have Kenny Pickett put your franchise in his tiny hands for that first year until Cam Ward or Shador Sanders gets up to speed?
I think it's Shador.
Or are you now committing to Deshaun Watson and you bring in a quarterback that's hands are most fitting like the Asian massage parlors that Deshaun Watson is used to frequenting to give him rub downs post game? I don't know. I don't know where to go here. I think I have to pass either way because it's Kenny Pickett, but I don't know where they're. I don't know what Cleveland's doing.
Why do you
man.
put me in this position where I gotta cut your stuff, man?
You don't have to cut that.
All right, go ahead.
There's no hate. There's no hate. He's got dainty little Asian woman hands.
Listen, this is an easy one. Last year, the backup quarterback in Cleveland was Jameis Winston, who threw 50 interceptions and DTR.
Don't disrespect Jameis Winston.
I love Jameis, but he threw 50 interceptions.
No, he didn't throw 50. He had one bad game.
No, he had many bad games.
No, he had one bad game with interceptions. It was one.
I don't think that you lose here. I think it's a low risk and it's a potential high reward. People are really down on Kenny Pickett. None worse than the Cleveland sports fans who had so much fun with the size of his hands.
Yeah,
so that's an interesting conundrum. But the guy was 15-10 as a starter. He didn't throw a lot of interceptions.
Yeah.
He's pretty safe with the ball. I think you've got Kevin Stefanski, who knows how to play to a quarterback like that. Deshaun Watson is not coming back this year at all, for sure. And until Cleveland signs another quarterback like Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers or something like that, I'm going to smash it.
Yeah, I'm gonna default smash it because, like you said, the options aren't great. So he's the best. He's the best of bad options. So
Maybe the best quarterback they've had in like 10 years.
no, Baker Mayfield's so much better. You wish you had him.
I don't wish.
It's so stupid to say that. So Kenny Pickett, default smash.
It's just crazy watching him in Cleveland throw passes. It's gonna be like watching any other quarterback trying to throw a medicine ball. It's ridiculous. I don't know how.
You love this guy's hand size.
It's crazy.
All right, guys. Well, that's the show. Free Agent Frenzy is still ongoing. I think next week we'll probably throw in one of these just to recap the whole shenanigans and see what we think about the final landing spots leading up to the draft. We thank you for joining us. We invite you to watch us draft on Guys on Draft and check out all our Guys on Sports episodes. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Go to TikTok at GON Podcast and find us wherever you stream podcasts. We love you.
Who you?